Hey, everybody, it's Ryan Haggerty. I'm here with Kitten Redman from Kitten and the
Tonics.
Tonics. And I want to comment on the style of music. Um, it's very surf, but it has that upright bass, which gives it that kind of rockabilly thing, because you're double plucking it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of slap on double bass, especially with the strings I use. And I do play electric, but I just really love playing upright more. So I doubled down. And when we started doing surf, I said, I'm just going to stick on my double bass and see what happens.
And
So,
it's really unique. Uh,
yeah,
even the Zip Heads, who are a rockabilly band, they did that surf EP.
sure.
They didn't even have that element. He went to a regular bass to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does get you the true surf sound to go to the electric, but
Yeah,
I just love playing upright so much. I didn't want to do it on the surf. I said, why can't I? And yes, it does make things harder on a lot of the songs, but hey, with a few modifications, we get
yeah.
get an interesting sound.
So you basically your thought process was, well, why can't I do this? I know.
Yeah.
So what was your basically your once you heard the recordings or once you heard yourself jamming you and like really like, oh yeah, this is definitely doable.
Yeah. After I tried out a couple, traditional surf songs and I said, I can do this. Maybe not, exactly the way I do it on an electric, but I can come up with a version that's close enough that it sounds good. And so after that, I wasn't stopping. That's
Yeah.
how I'm gonna play surf.
And the music is like really drippy. So like you see the upright bass in the picture, but you don't get fooled. I mean, it really is full of reverb.
It really is reverb soaked. Yeah, it's got a lot going on in there. My husband's the guitar player, and he has a surfy bear, and he's in love with it. So that's right. That's his sound. Yeah.
So what is next? You have something special happening that you're doing in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we are releasing our second EP. Our first one was digital only, but this next one is going to be digitally released, but also we have a vinyl coming out, which we're going to pick up today. So super
Excellent.
exciting. That was through Taboo Recordings. So
And
pretty
label,
big news.
what's that?
I said it was pretty big news for us to join Taboo. That was exciting.
Do you have color variants for that?
No, only one right now. We did a 200 run, and it's in like a translucent sea blue color. It's really neat. So we're going to see how that does.
So that'll be available on your Bandcamp page.
Yes, it'll be on Bandcamp. It'll be on all streaming platforms, and then if you want the vinyl, you can get it at a show or through House of Taboo has it for sale.
Okay.
So
Um, tell me a little bit about the formation of the band. I know you and your husband most likely started it, as
yeah,
like, hey, let's try this. Um, but being as unique as the sound is, I mean, how did you come to like convince people, hey, this is a good idea?
oh, it was truly kind of an accident. I didn't play bass until about 3 years ago. Uh, yeah, I was raised playing French horn. I played since I was 8. Played in traditional, orchestras and symphonies. Played piano, so I was a pretty classically trained musician. Um, that's my day job still. I teach brass and piano.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Bravo.
yeah, so it was fun. But when my husband decided that I needed to play an upright bass because that was cooler, and he played banjo, and he wanted somebody to play some bluegrass with him.
Mhm.
So my anniversary present was an upright bass. He got me a 1941 K and was like, "Here you go, learn how to play this."
Damn.
No pressure, right? No pressure.
Yeah, but that they're so huge and like kind of intimidating when you first see them.
Yeah, and I'm barely 5'2", so I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. But it was right when COVID started, just into COVID, and you couldn't go anywhere and you couldn't do anything. And we really didn't have anything better to do than sit around and play music. And so I just started messing around on it, and I loved it. I just loved it. And I wanted to learn it. So I played it every day. And yeah, that's how it started. We knew a friend of ours sang a lot of Patsy Cline, so we kind of put together some rockabilly covers, started out that way. And as that progressed, we wanted to start playing surf because we've always both loved surf. And so it just kind of happened by accident that we fell into this style. And then once we started playing surf covers, we thought we'd try our hand at writing some of our own. And
nice. Yeah, it worked out well.
That's the story. It was kind of all like just it happened in succession, but no plan.
Yeah.
It just all happened.
It's great when it happens that way. Where
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if we would have sat down and tried to make that happen or tried to come up with like a unique sound, we probably wouldn't have done it. But because it just happened naturally, it's a really neat thing.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And I mean, it's a wonderful.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful EP and a nice group of singles leading up to it.
Yeah.
So who does the singing? Who did the singing in the rockabilly?
We still perform rockabilly when we play out. We have a singer. His name's Bam, and he sings a lot of rockabilly. And then our shows are like part garage 50s, like garage rock, part surf rock, part rockabilly. So it's just this big smash up of those three.
Okay.
But, I mean, we do some just surf shows, but those are a lot fewer and farther between. So yeah.
What's happening in Michigan right now as far as where you fit in the scene and how comfortable you are doing what you do with the other bands?
We're really fortunate to live about an hour from Tip Top Deluxe. And, they're a destination for surf bands, for rockabilly bands, for, country bands. They're the place. And so they've really helped give us a scene because that's where you go to hear and play that kind of music. So that's been really helpful to us to get our music out there. And I'd say that's definitely our scene in and around Tip Top. We play in Kalamazoo, not as much. That's more of like a folk scene down there. I don't think they know what to do with us, to be quite honest. But yeah, South Bend has a really good surf and music scene, so we like to play down there.
So how close are you? I mean, geography is not my strong suit, but I know a little bit. How close are you to Chicago?
Oh, we're like 2 hours from Chicago, so not far at all.
That's good because there's a lot of bands.
Yes.
Chicago, have you ventured over there or have they come over towards you at all?
I think they do come this way. We haven't gone there yet, but I have been talking to some places there about heading that way and playing in Detroit because we're pretty much equidistant between Chicago and Detroit. So
wow.
Yeah.
How's Detroit? I've always been interested in finding out a little bit more about what goes on in Detroit,
A lot goes on in Detroit. There's been a big turnaround there. Detroit's one of my favorite places to go. It's a really cool city.
Really?
Yes. It's a very neat place. A lot of history, a lot of cool venues, a lot of really good bands. There's a lot going on there.
Motor City.
It's the Motor City. Everybody should go at least once.
Oh, I would love to. I love traveling to other cities in the unique sound that city brings to music.
Yeah.
Like Pennsylvania has its thing. New York has its thing.
Sure.
Chicago has its LA, Florida.
Yeah.
Florida has dear to my heart, the death metal scene.
Yeah.
So what's next? This summer, I'm assuming you guys are gonna want to get out and play as much as you can.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a very, very busy summer and fall already planned out. So
great.
We'll be all over.
Anything special that you might be able to mention?
We have an EP release party that we have not announced yet. That'll be in June.
Nice.
So I'd say stay tuned for that. We're going to be announcing that soon. I'm trying to think what else. I'm working on a show in Detroit for during the Dream Cruise. That'll if that comes about. There's a rockabilly band over there we like to play with, so that'll be a pretty neat show. We're
Okay.
playing a Surfin Rockabilly Fest this summer. It's going to be their first annual. They're trying to do it every year, and a really good lineup on that. So yeah, we got
Yeah.
some fun things planned. Oh, we're playing with the Ichibans in
Oh,
July. That's
nice.
Yeah, that's an outdoor show, so that's going to be a fun one too.
I
Yeah,
love it. I love them.
yeah,
Uh, so one thing I always find such a fun such a fun thing to be involved with in my hometown, very small town. Every Father's Day they had, like a classic car show.
yeah, sure.
Have you played the car shows yet?
We've played a few. Yeah, there's one in Grand Rapids that's pretty big. We played last summer, and then they have some in the area we played.
Is that as fun as it seems?
It's usually pretty fun, and my favorite part is pictures with cool cars. So
Yeah, right?
yeah,
Like 19, my uncle had a 1930 Ford pickup that he
nice.
restored from rust.
Yeah,
And that was just his thing. Like once he was done, he's like, he sold it. And I was like, oh, we could have drove around in that.
yeah, I know. I would have kept it.
Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful. Well, Kitten, I wish you the best of luck. Can't wait to hear that vinyl cracking on my turntable.
I will get it to you.
Thank you so much. And I really enjoyed your band. I suggest everybody check them out. There's a link in the bio where you can get the digital singles or EP and the vinyl 7-inch when it's available.
That's
And
right.
they're gonna have a release party in June. Stay up to date on Instagram and Facebook. I found them through Instagram, and they're really hopping. So thank you so much, Kitten.
Thank you so much for having me. It was good to talk to you.
You too.
Bye.